Hey YouTube, thank you for watching. Today we're taking a look at the Mech Tech CCU, that's Carbine Conversion Unit. And pretty much what it does is it takes your standard 1911 and it changes it into a 16-inch carbine. And this one here is for 1911 of course, but they also make them for Glocks. But we're just taking a look at the 1911 one today. And the upper I have is chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. Now they make it in 45, 40, 38 Super, all kinds of different, there's a lot of different options out there, and then of course you have your Glocks. But it's really easy to change out, to swap it over and back and forth. There's a video I did on it, I'm shooting it, and in that video you can watch, it literally takes about 20-30 seconds to change it over. If you're watching on a computer, click right here, there's a little box that pops up, and it'll take you to that video. But like I said, 20-30 seconds, and you can go from shooting your 1911 to shooting your carbine. But this gun I have here is a Springfield Mil Spec 1911 45 stainless steel, and there's more on that later on why I chose this one to run with the CCU, but more on that later. And pretty much all you do is you just take, all you're using is your lower and your slide lock lever. You don't need the slide, recoil spring, guide rod, any of that, barrel, none of that. But I'll get to that in a minute on how to put it together and everything. But first, let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. This is an older unit. The newer ones are a little bit different. They do the exact same thing, just a couple slight differences in them. But here's the stock. I'm not real wild about it. Definitely going to be replacing this, probably getting adjustable stock. And if you go to Mech Tech's website, they have there's a million different, well, not a million, but there's quite a bit of different upgrades and stuff you can do to personalize it. But getting adjustable stock here, and then you can see they got a rail on top. On the video of me shooting it, I had a little cheap BSA red dot I had laying around. I just put it on there for the video so I can to go out and shoot it. But I'm probably going to put an aim point or something on it. But I wouldn't really go with a traditional scope on this, just because with your handgun cartridge, you're really not going to be shooting that far enough to get any use out of a traditional scope, in my opinion at least. I'd probably get you a red dot or something. But anyways, that's just my thoughts on it. And then you can see here's the rest of it. Now this right here, this isn't a compensator, flash hider, or anything. It really doesn't serve a purpose except to look cool. All it is just purely cosmetic. But one other thing I'm going to do to it is probably get a quad rail for it. You can, like I said, you can go to their website and you can see all this different stuff they have for it. They got flat tops, quad rails, all kinds of different stuff you can put on it. But like I said, I'm probably putting a quad rail and then getting an adjustable stock back here, and then I'm probably going to go pick up an aim point or something, a little red dot to throw on the top of this. Something more than the whole $30, $40 BSA, but it worked for the video. So like I said, if you watch that video, you can see it takes about 20-30 seconds to change it out. It's really no time at all. Do it a couple times and you'll be good to go. But all you do is you just field strip. You're just going to field strip your 1911, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then we'll be on our way. Now the slide lock lever, we're just going to put this off to the side because we're going to end up needing that. But your slide, your barrel, recoil spring, guide rod, all that, you don't need any of that. So you're just taking your lower and your slide lock lever. So you'll rack this back. Now rack it back and you'll push it, rack it, and then you'll push it in to lock it like that. And then just take your lower, put it back here, kind of press down. Here, let me show you what's going on. Like that. And you'll push it all the way forward. You'll feel it kind of lock in, and then you'll take your slide lock lever, put it in here just like you were reassembling your 1911. Push it in, and then you're good to go. Now to charge it, you just pull out and release, and it'll charge it. But that's all there is to it. Now you're ready to go shoot. And there's a couple things to consider when you're if you're thinking about getting one. First of all, like I said, this is a Springfield Mil Spec. The reason I chose this one, or the reason I run this 1911 with it, is there's a couple things. First is the safety. You can look here, it's not a big safety. Like here's an STI frame. You can see the safety is a little bit bigger, and it's actually ambidextrous on this one. But with the bigger safety, it won't allow you to put the gun on safety. As you can see here, the gun's on safety. It's not going anywhere. But with the bigger one, I'll go ahead and show y'all real quick. With the bigger one, the you won't be able to put it on the safety because that notch on the upper isn't big enough to let the safety engage. But we'll take a look at that real quick. And this one here is a 5-inch. It's full size 1911, and this STI here is actually a commander size, so it'll work with either one. But as you can see here, that safety won't engage. So just something to consider when you're looking at them, if you're thinking about getting one. Then also another point I'd bring up. Let me get my barrel from the Springfield real quick. If you look here on the Springfield, let me get the STI over here. If you look here on the Springfield, the feed ramp is actually part of the frame. I don't know if y'all can see that real good, but the feed ramp is actually part of the frame. And you can see here on the barrel, it's just the barrel. There's no feed ramp. But here on the STI, the feed ramp is actually a part of the barrel. There's you have to take a look at your 1911, figure out which setup you have. And here, if you look on the frame of the STI, there's no feed ramp in the barrel, or in the frame. It's on the barrel. But just something to consider. Now, if you're to set up like the STI where your feed ramp's on the barrel, that's okay. There's a part that you can buy from Mech Tech. It's about 30-40 bucks, I think. And all it does is pretty much a feed ramp that you'll install, and it allows your rounds to feed. But if you're running this frame, pretty much what it's going to look like on your upper is like that. There's no way, there's no ramp right there, and your rounds they won't be able to feed. But the safety, the smaller safety, and the way this frame is set up with the feed ramp as part of the frame, that's the reason I run this one with this. So just take a look at your 1911, figure out which one you have. That's something I would definitely consider. That way you don't get it in and then realize you need that little block to be able to use it. But I think that's about it. If you have any questions, be sure and let me know. Leave me a comment. I'll do my best to answer them. But I think that's about it. If you have any questions, like I said, let me know. And appreciate y'all watching.